Divine and day, beautiful beings. I hope you all are hydrated and holistically nourished. I hope you are honoring your needs and you are taking time to pause and celebrate you and all that you are, all that you've accomplished to bring you to this moment right here and right now. I'm Fatima, the co-birther and chief of Loving Healing Work. We are an amazing small business that cultivates culturally mindful, healing, and human-centered policies, practices, and procedures. We help people and businesses cultivate spaces where everyone knows that they belong by utilizing consent and non-harmful practices. We also help with creating experiences where everyone knows that they're seen and know that they belong, retreats, conferences, or etc. Today, we are talking to about what it means to engage consensually. So a lot of time as business owners, entrepreneurs, professionals, even individually, we think about consent in this HR aspect of sex, right? Like consent is usually a sex topic. We don't talk about consent in this form of being in consensual relationship with ourselves. And what does that mean? So when we are in consent, it is first having the space to ask ourselves questions. It's the capacity to know that you can ask questions, and then asking yourself questions that check to see, are you giving yourself what you need in every moment that you need it. So this could look like, for example, being hungry and your body has been up for a long time and you've been thinking and moving, and your body's like, hey, can you feed me? And you tell your body no because there's a deadline. When we tend to tell ourselves no when our bodies says they need something, what happens is we're out of consent with ourselves. So it plays a role in how we choose to engage with ourselves and others when we're not doing it from a place of consent. So, consent is when you are hungry, eating; when you are thirsty, drinking water; when your body is tired, you going to sleep. When you say yes or no to something, you are checking in with yourself to see if your mind has the capacity to do it, if your body has the capacity to do it, if your heart does, because we're humans, right? We all have our human experience, we all have feelings, we all go through things, and it's allowing ourselves to have that space to check in to see if we really can do the thing that we may have said yes to or no to, and taking the time to do that. Being in consent takes time. It takes pausing. It takes reflection. It takes saying, how do I say yes to myself first? How do I put the oxygen mask on first? How do I make myself the sun of my universe? Because in all actuality, if you're not well, then the people that rely on you will never get what they need. You can give them the best, but it's most times our best is not our best. It's a watered down version of our best because we choose to give our best to others, or not really, because you can't give anybody what you don't give yourself. So you think that you're giving your best, but if that's not applied to you, then everything you're doing isn't going to align with that being your best. So when we're in consent, we're consenting to who we are, what we want, what we don't want. And we're taking the time to figure that out. And then when we know what we want, how we want it, and we're in consensual relationship with ourselves, we can then have relationships with other people that are consensual because now we're able to tell them what we want. So for example, if I know that I enjoy dancing in the sun randomly at times, I tell people that I like to dance in the sun randomly at times, and they get to consent to being around me because they know that if they're around me, there's potential that I might bust out and dance. When I tell you that that's a possibility and you choose to still hang out with me, then you are consenting to engaging with me in the capacity of knowing that I may bust out and dance. But I took the time to say, hey, who am I and what do I do and how do I do it? And because I've taken that time to say, I like to dance randomly, I can now inform people that choose to be around me that this is a thing. And then they can Make another choice to say, well, I don't really want to be around you when you're randomly dancing. That's fine. But now we're still in consensual relationship. They're aware of what I'm going to do. They get to choose how they engage with me, knowing that. And I'm going to live my best life because that's what I'm going to do. As Brandon Rawls says, everybody wins. So when we are content with ourselves, when we allow ourselves to be here and now, then it allows us to have non-harmful relationships with ourselves first by giving ourselves what we need. Then it pours over to the relationships we have with other people. But first, it starts with us. It starts with us giving us all of the things. And then we can think about giving it to other people. And especially as entrepreneurs and professionals and people in a capacity that takes care of a lot of people and do a lot of things, you wear different hats all the time. So I'm inviting you to be in consensual relationship with the hat of being who you are and consenting to being your authentic self and giving your authentic self rest and food and water and time to find peace and joy and time to fill your cup because you deserve it. You deserve that. Everybody you work with deserves that for themselves. And then when you all come to work full, no one's depleted in this way of not being able to show up in the way that the job requires. So I invite you all to think about what it means to be in a consensual relationship with yourself. How do you show up asking yourself more questions? How do you make sure that you have the capacity to engage in different experiences, whether it be in your personal life or your work life? And how do you make sure that you are aligning with what you need and how you need it? Because you deserve you. Thank you for watching. Please sign up for our newsletter where we talk more about what we're offering and how you can engage and signing up for us to come help you with bringing more consent into your workspace or organization. We'll be happy to do that. Check out our website at lovinghealingwork.com. Follow us on YouTube at Loving Healing Work and join our mighty networks of Loving Healing Work. All of our information is on our link tree. Thanks. Drink water and take care of yourselves. Love. Brandis.